4 athletes, 4 arenas, 1 harsh truth. Today we revisit Fran Krippen, Hank Gathers, Jonah Bell, and Chuck Hughes, talents lost in competition. Their stories expose hidden risks, failed safeguards, and the reforms that now protect others. Water, court, track, gridiron. It was October 23rd, 2010, in Fujairah, United Arab Emirates. The sun was already harsh. The Persian Gulf looked calm. Fran Krippen, 26, an American open water star, lined up for the FINA 10 km World Cup. Dozens of top swimmers dived that morning. No one thought the sport would lose one of its best by day's end. Fran was born in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. He grew up in a swimming family. All 3 sisters swam. His oldest sister, Maddie, went to the 2000 Olympics. Fran stood 6 deep. 2, strong shoulders, smooth stroke. At the University of Virginia, he became an 11-time All-American. After college, he moved to open water. It fit him. Tactics, endurance, pain management. By 2010, he was America's top open water man. He had a 2009 World Championships bronze in the 10K. He missed Beijing 2008 by a little. London 2012 was his clear target. The UAE race was another step towards that goal. But the day was brutal. The water was reported near 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Many said it felt closer to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Air temps climbed toward 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 hours in hot water can break even elite bodies. The course was triangular. Lap after lap, the heat mounted. Some swimmers showed signs of overheating. Christine Jennings, an American teammate, was pulled from the game and hospitalized. Others said they felt dizzy. Some were confused. Officials kept the race going. No change to distance, no shift in pace, no extra safety call. About 2/3 through, Fran told his coach he didn't feel right. He kept going anyway. That was his way. Push, finish, then assess. But something was wrong. The race ended. Fran did not finish with the pack. At first, people were confused. Maybe he had cramps. Maybe he had taken the wrong line. Alex Meyer, his friend and teammate, raised the alarm. He insisted Fran was missing. Swimmers went back in to look. Officials scrambled. It became clear the race had no real safety net. No lifeguards staged across the course. No dedicated safety boats are shadowing the field. No clear emergency plan. Search teams formed late and moved without order. 2 hours after the race, divers found Fran. He was 400 meters from the finish. Near the last buoy, 30 feet down, he had lost consciousness and drowned. The open water world was stunned. The review that followed was direct. Safety staffing was weak. Monitoring was poor. Heat risk was not managed. There were no strong backup plans for trouble. The likely cause was heat illness leading to collapse in the water. His former coach, Dick Schulberg, was blunt. FINA dropped the ball, he said. The winner, Thomas Lutz of Germany, said it was too hot to race. Evgeny Dratsev of Russia said he had never swum in such warm water. Change came. FINA put in heat limits. Extra safety boats became standard. GPS tracking for athletes rolled out. Organizers had to prove emergency plans. The Krippen family built the Fran Krippen Elevation Foundation to push for athlete safety and support young swimmers. Fran's legacy is hard but real. Open water races now run with stronger rules. The price of that lesson was life. March 4th, 1990. Gersten Pavilion, Los Angeles. West Coast Conference semi-finals. Loyola Marymount vs Portland. The crowd of 4,000 was loud. Hank Gathers, 7, age 23, owned the court. A few days before, he told a reporter he felt great. Best shape of my life, he said. With 13:34 left in the first half, teammate Terrell Lowry sent an alley-oop from just past half court. Gathers hammered it. The Lions went up 25-13. He slapped hands with Lowry. It was his last basket. He took 2 lateral steps on defense and fell. His 220-pound frame hit the floor. The arena went silent. This was not the first scare. In December 1989, Gathers collapsed in a game against UC Santa Barbara. Doctors found an abnormal heartbeat. He was put on beta blockers. The medicine slowed him down. He felt heavy legs. His numbers dipped. He did not like it. Over time, he cut his dose. He told people he was almost down to nothing. Before the diagnosis, Gathers did what almost no one does. In 1988-89, he led Division 1 in both scoring and rebounding. 32.7 points, 13.7 boards. Only the second person in NCAA history to do that. His team scored 122.4 points per game that year. This figure is still a record. Against LSU, he scored 48 on Shaquille O'Neal. He was headed for a first-round NBA slot. Medical staff rushed to the floor. His mother, Lucille, and his aunt were in the stands. Gathers tried to rise to his hands and knees. The staff told him to stay. He soon lost consciousness. CPR started right there. He was taken to Daniel Freeman Marina Hospital. At 6:55 p.m., he was pronounced dead. The cause was hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a thickened heart muscle. It has taken many young athletes. His death changed sports medicine. Within a few years, teams began to carry defibrillators at events. Sideline planning improved. Drills became normal. In 2023, when the Buffalo Bills' Damar Hamlin collapsed, the rapid response saved him. The chain of survival that worked that night grew from past loss, including Gathers. Bo Kimble, his best friend, led Loyola Marymount on an emotional NCAA run. He shot his first free throw left-handed in each game to honor Hank, who was a lefty. He hit them. Crowds wept. LMU scored 149 against defending champ Michigan. They reached the Elite Eight. They did not make the Final Four. The memory endured. Kimble said, "Will he be forgotten? Absolutely not." August 17th, 1931, Redgate Downs, Kentucky. The heat was heavy. The wooden bleachers were full. People came to see speed and risk. Among the jockeys was Jonah Bell, 22. He was a rising name across the South. Jonah came from very little. His father worked at stables. His mother sewed. Money was tight. Jonah had a calm way with horses. He won county fairs on thin, hungry colts. 2 years before Redgate, he met a grey mare named Morning Gale. She was small, lean, and known for a temper. Most riders passed her. Jonah did not. He earned her trust. Together they won Georgia, Alabama, and Kentucky. In the weeks before Redgate, Jonah felt chest tightness. He mentioned dizziness to a fellow jockey. He shrugged it off. Racing then had no team doctors, no ECGs, no screenings. Riders managed pain and moved on. Pay was small. The work was rough. At 3:42 p.m., the gates opened. Morning Gale shot out with 8 others. Jonah kept his body low, hands steady. By turn 1, they were third. At halfway, he nudged the mare. She surged. Second place. Then neck and neck. Near the final stretch, Jonah's head dipped. His shoulders loosened. His arms fell a bit. He did not fall from the saddle. Skill and habit kept him balanced. To the crowd, it looked like a deep crouch for the last drive. No one knew he had already died. The mare kept running. Without a cue, she held the line. She passed the leader and won by half a length. People cheered, then noticed Jonah's stillness. Stable hands approached. He did not respond. Panic spread. He was rushed away. Doctors said it was an aortic rupture. Suddenly. Fatal. No warning. No chance. News spread nationwide. The image was haunting. A horse finishing alone. A rider gone before the wire. Jonah Bell was proclaimed the winner. Morning Gale was retired. She lived her life in quiet fields. No more rains. No more crowds. His story became a warning. Bodies have limits. Sport can hide risk until the final second. Talent and will are not shields. October 24th, 1971. Tiger Stadium, Detroit. Lions versus Bears. Over 54,000 fans filled the seats. The score was 28-23. Chicago, late in the fourth. Chuck Hughes, 28, a Detroit receiver, was on the field. He was a long shot who made it. 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. Not the fastest, not the flashiest, but smart. Exact routes. dependable. He grew up in Texas after being born in Philadelphia. He starred at Texas Western, now UTEP, drafted by the Eagles in 1967, traded to Detroit in 1970. He was mostly a backup, good locker room guy, friendly, a distinct giggle. He loved his wife Sharon and their 2-year-old son, Shane. Fourth quarter starter Larry Walton twisted an ankle. Hughes went in. With just over 2 minutes, he made a 32-yard catch, his only catch of the season. 2 Bears hit him hard. He got up and jogged to the huddle. With 1:02 left, the Lions called a pass to tight end Charlie Sanders. Hughes ran deep to clear space. The ball went elsewhere. As he turned back towards the huddle, he grabbed his chest and fell face first at the Chicago 20. Some players thought it was a clock trick. Not Dick Butkus. He was closest. He waved for help at once. Doctors Edwin Gies and Richard Thompson, plus trainers, rushed in. A physician from the stands joined. They started CPR. The stadium was quiet. He was taken to Henry Ford Hospital. At 5:34 p.m., he was pronounced dead. The autopsy showed a coronary thrombosis. A clot blocked a coronary artery. That artery was already 70% narrowed by plaque. There was scarring on the back wall of the heart. He may have had a silent heart attack weeks earlier. There had been a warning. 7 weeks before, he collapsed in the locker room after a preseason game against Buffalo. He spent 4 days in the hospital. Doctors thought it might be a spleen injury. The heart issue went unseen. After Hughes left the field, play resumed for the final 62 seconds. The Bears ran it out. Only later did the Lions learn he had died. The team retired his number, 85. They wore black armbands. The league improved on-field cardiac care. Defibrillators became common. Protocols got sharper. His death remains the only in-game death in NFL history. It pushed the league to do better. Honor them by demanding safer sport. If this helped you see the risks and reforms clearly, share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more evidence-based stories behind unforgettable moments.